Hey guys, what's going on and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. If you are new or a returning viewer, please make sure you do like the video because it helps to get out to new people. Hopefully new people do come in and do subscribe to the channel. So now today is gonna be me reviewing the game that happened last night between Leeds United and Liverpool. Our final pre-season game in America ends with a lovely 4-2 win, and what a way to do it as well, being 2-0 down at halftime, coming back and winning. And look what happens when some of the starters actually enter the pitch. It looks like we kind of figured out which players are the better players in this team and why the ones in the second half who came on impacted the game so well, and we'll get into that after we talk about the first half. So in the first half, even though we were 2-0 down, I thought performance-wise, and I said this, I thought performance-wise we were good. I didn't think we were that bad. I thought defensively and structurally, I thought we were good. I thought going forward and actually attacking, we weren't bad. We weren't bad. I thought we actually were a bit unlucky to be 2-0 down. I thought the 2 goals they did score are my only negatives from the first half. Because from that first half, I thought we were actually pretty decent. I actually think it was a decent performance. The only thing I'd say is those 2 goals. You know, the first one from the corner, Stack gets beat too easily at the front post, where Kirkes gets in front of him and then flicks it on for Chambers at the back post, who puts it in the back of the net. And then the second goal, when the ball does come across, there's about 4 Leeds United players around and the ball's just like kind of entered the middle, and they all just kind of hesitate, or like they all just try and basically block the shot. But I thought they could have done a lot better, and I thought with the 4 bodies that were around where the ball was, they should have done a better job at stopping the Florian Wirtz goal. But I thought even though that happened, I thought we were actually good in the first half. I was actually happy with the first half performance, even though we were down 2-0. It wasn't one of those where we were awful and we were sloppy and the ball was all over the place. I thought in that first half, if I'm going to give some performances out of, like, I thought who played well, I thought Lucas Metra up top actually had a good performance in that first half, and I thought things were actually sticking to him in that first half, and he's laying off the ball, and his link-up play was actually good in the first half. I thought he actually had a good performance, Lucas Metra, and showed that sometimes there's performances that I see from Lucas Metra where I say, you're a good striker and you're a good footballer, but it's the consistency that he doesn't have, which is why he doesn't start in the Premier League, because he can't do it consistently. But I thought he had a very good first half. I thought he had a good performance and a good showing. People like look at the midfield. I thought, you know, in that first half, I thought Ampadu had a good performance. Defensively, Mrahanovic, again, I thought he had a good performance overall in the entire game, but I'm just talking about the first half. Thought he was good. Joe Rodon, thought he had a good first half. The 2 fullbacks, Gudmundsson and Bogle, thought they were good in the first half. It wasn't an amazing performance, and I'm not expecting a top performance when it's still pre-season and it's more about getting the minutes in the legs going into the Premier League season, which starts soon. So yeah, I'm fine with the performance in that first half. Now let's get into the second half performance, because that second half performance was very good, and I thought we looked even better in the second half. Like, we were good in the first, in my opinion, but that second half performance was even better. And it starts off with the goal that we scored, and it starts off with on that left side with Aronson pressing, and then it was DCL, I think, who pressed, and everyone pressed, and we pressed as a team pretty well, where the keeper had to then launch it out, and then Wilson pressed very well. Ampadu ends up winning the ball, playing a nice run, playing in Brendan Aronson, and Aronson, where people say that he lacks, which is his finishing and putting the ball in the back of the net, composed, calm, good finish, and he's put the ball in the back of the net, Brendan Aronson, in his first game of pre-season, in the back of the net, 2-1, and puts us back into the game in this game. We then score from our lovely long throw, and we know that's going to be some something we're going to use a lot this season, just like we did last season. A long throw gets whipped in, the flick on from Joe Rodon, DCL scores, and it's 2-2, and we've turned the game around, scoring in the 60th and 71st minute. In a 10-minute period, we turned the game around from being 2-0 down to 2-2, and then the third goal, again, good work from Brendan Aronson to get the ball across the box. I thought it was a very good cross into the box, where it finds Longstaff. There's like a deflection, and then it hits Longstaff's leg and then goes into the back of the net, and we're winning the game 3-2. What a comeback from 2-0 down to 3-2, and then we ended it with a fourth and with another long throw, flick on. This time the flick on was by Sebastian Bornau. Good flick on. DCL gets it in the back of the net yet again, and it just shows that that's going to be something we're really going to use this season again, and those long throws are going to be so dangerous for us and so deadly for us for this season. And going into this game and looking at what happened in this game, we had Goodmanson go down, and hopefully that's not a bad injury. Hopefully we find out it's not a bad injury and he's going to be fine. And then not long after he actually went down, Goodmanson, in that first half, Ampadu, it happened to Ampadu as well, and Ampadu went down. I was like, oh my god, our entire team are dropping like flies. At least Ampadu was okay and could continue playing, but there was that bit of me that's like, oh my god, are we going to start getting a bunch of injuries during preseason? Like, yeah, but that second half performance, the substitutes that came onto the pitch that I got to give so much praise for, because I thought their performance in that second half was amazing. Brendan Aronson, as I said, comes on the pitch. Great performance for his first performance of preseason. Looked very good. The finish took well. The assist did well. Pressing, you got what you always got from Brendan Aronson and what you always get from him. I thought on the ball he was dangerous as well, and he was using some physicality. He might have some strength this season. I'm not gonna say yeah because it's one performance, of course, but it is preseason. Blah blah blah. People try and say that. Calm down. But I thought performance-wise, he had a very good performance in that second half. Sean Longstaff. We need to talk about Sean Longstaff and the fact that this man should be a starter in the Premier League, maybe, because the performances that I've seen him put in, not just this game, but the game before against Sunderland, where I thought he was very good, the game before that against Wrexham, where I thought he was man of the match, and, you know, 3 great performances in a row. Surely Sean Longstaff is, like, looking at Fark saying, there's not much else I can do. Surely I've got to start in the Premier League, because I'm having performance after performance after performance. And I know we've got a couple more preseason games left still to play, but if he has another couple of performances like that, like if he has another 1 or 2 more of those, you cannot keep him out the starting 11, in my opinion. Sean Longstaff has pushed himself on the verge, right on the cusp of getting a starting 11 spot for the first game of the Premier League season. I've been so impressed with these performances. And, you know, Harry Wilson comes on in the second half. I thought he had a good performance as well when he came on. And I'm looking at that front 3, yeah? I'm looking at that front 3 that we had in that second half of Brendan Aronson, DCL, and Harry Wilson. And I thought that performance from that front 3 was very good. Yes, we got Okafor coming back as well, which makes you look at the squad even more right now, especially in that attacking areas, and you start looking at it and going, oh my god, we got options and we got quality and we got competition, where, you know, if one of those players were on the bench based off that performance, let's just say that this was the front 3 going into the first game of the Premier League season, and let's just say that Longstaff continued playing the way he did. Let's just say that front 3 also continues playing, you know, good performance after good performance in preseason. Wilson, DCL, and Aronson, and Okafor was on the bench. You wouldn't be mad. You wouldn't be mad, because you're like, Well, they've earned it based off their performances in pre-season and the fact that we've got a squad where they're all competing for spots in this squad trying to get into the starting 11. It's nice to have some competition, and it's nice to see where you have multiple options where you wouldn't be mad either way. You wouldn't be mad if an Aronson started. You wouldn't be mad if a DCL started. You wouldn't be mad if an Okafor started or a Harry Olsen started, and you wouldn't be mad with one of them on the bench based off the others' performances. And especially this game that we just watched, that performance from that front three, as I said, I thought was great. I thought, having both Wilson and Aronson pressing, I thought was very good. Yeah, and I was very happy with that second half. And of course, people will come back and say, it's only pre-season. But I don't care. Very good performance. I'm going to take the positives out of this game. We move on to the next game after this, which is, out of America, and we're back into the UK, back in England for the next couple of preseason games, of course, before the Premier League season starts at the end of the month. I'm excited for the Premier League, and I am ready. I can't wait. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this performance from Leeds United. Make sure you do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.